Okay, so I'm back from the estate sale. Uh, I went to just get one thing that this was an estate sale. Let me see if you could see this girl if I turn her around. So cool. Um, but I went to pick up, I'm going to start with the thing that I went to pick up because I was like dying for this thing. And last time I went to the same exact estate sale, I picked up a lot. I made a video about it, and there was a stool. It was a workbench stool that was attached to the workbench. So basically, I'm going to show it to you right now. I don't even know what this thing is. Hold on. Let me put this down. This is what it looks like. I'm going to show you. So pretty much this is what happens. This part, sorry for the camera work, as usual. So this part attaches to the leg of the stool, and then what happens is it can swing back and forth. So you can tuck it under the not it attaches to the workbench, and then you can swing it under. So you can make it any height. Like usually in a small space. And look at this thick wood. Oh my God, the wood is gorgeous. Like it is so nice. It's really heavy. This is like a steel mechanism. It's coated so it won't rust. It's just I was dying for this piece right here so much. I want this in my workshop really bad. I also have a desk inside that it's a very small room, and the desk is in the pathway between my bedroom. It's like in a hallway. So there's a doorway to my bedroom and then a doorway going into the living room, and it was just like a small space that I made a little office workroom out of. And then in my garage, I have an actual like shop bench. So this will go in the shop bench. But I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I would think about attaching this to my desk inside, and then it just tucks under. So it's such a cool piece. After I saw it so last time I went to the estate sale and I asked how much. I didn't ask how much. I just said, "Is that for sale?" She said, "Yes. If you take it off, you can have it. You can, buy it." Um, I never got a price on it or anything because when I tried to get it off, there were no tools left there, and the tools that I had that I bought from there were too small. These had like heavy duty screws. So I said, "Well, if you're gonna come back, I really want that piece." I still never asked her for the price. I was like, "Oh man, she knows I really want it. She's gonna try to rake me over the coals for it." So I said, to myself, I said, if I don't get it, I want to make this. I'm sure I can get the hardware mechanism from somewhere and then just do my own wood. But ideally, this one's an antique, and I really wanted this one. So 3 weeks later, finally, someone contacted me and said they're going there today. If you can come, like right away. It was very last minute. So I went really just for this piece. So when I looked online at how much these cost, they're like the lowest one I've seen is 350 and up. And the ones that are 350 are basically new. They're not even like an antique. Like this wood, you could tell that this has seen some stuff. Like this guy who owned this, or woman, really used it, and really, he worked with this. A little, you could tell it's 3 pieces of wood. Little separation here, that's no big deal. It's completely fine. Nothing's moving at all. If I want to, I can fill it in. I don't think I even want to. So, rushed back, brought my tools, unscrewed it. And I said, let me look around then. I started making a pile. I put this, I forgot, darn it, I forgot my pitchfork. I bought a pitchfork too. Anyway, so I made a pile. I went to talk to someone, came back 2 minutes later, and a guy, I came back in, I was like, oh my God, where's my stool? And a guy had taken it and hidden it and put it, and he had like a little spot. So I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry, that's mine. I just took it off the bench. Please, like, this is like a labor of love. I really want that. So he gave it back to me. The woman who was running it knew already that it belonged to me. So that's how good this piece is. if you're not like into working on things or anything like that, I understand that you're just like, what's the big deal? But it's just, you don't see things like this. And it almost makes me feel like, why don't you see things like this more? It's so functional. It's such a good thing to have. So, and it's extremely, extremely heavy. It's like heavy duty. So that's what I went back for. And then I started to look around. Also in my last video for the same estate sale, I told you that the woman collected salt cellars. And I said I wouldn't use a salt cellar. I don't really know enough about them to purchase to sell them. So I didn't buy any, but she had probably 200 of them. While I was there, I said, you know what? She knows about salt cellars. She collects them. These are probably good ones. There were a lot left. And so I bought two. I bought this one that says Salz. It's German. This one is like an enamel coated like metal, which is really cool. And it's got, I love the little like spots that are rusting away. It's really pretty. It's got this design on it. And then it's got, you hang it on a wall next to the oven, next to the stove for when you're cooking, and you pinch salt from it. It needs a good cleaning with this. I don't know. See, this is why I you know what? I didn't even look inside this. It looks a little rough, but I think it would be cool just on a shelf. And then I also got this one, and this one says Bazaar, Germany, Staffel, Germany, and it's like a ceramic with a wood little lid. This one I would clean up and use. This is a little bit cleaner. Anyway, of a look more my style. This one looks more like maybe more mid-century, but so I got those two. So then, speaking of putting this on a shelf, I got this shelf. You could see it's like a little warped in the middle. I can definitely, well, I don't want to say definitely, but I can work on that and straighten it out. I can wet it and then clamp it so that it'll unbow a little. But I have been looking for something like this with the hooks. You can put like some nice kitchen utensils, copper pots, something cool on it. You can, or like, like wooden spoons, cutting boards, something like that. And then it has the shelf on the top that you can put like decor pieces, a plant, stuff like that. So I actually was looking for something to go over this. This is, it's hard to see here, but this is my kitchen table, and it's very much like a little nook. I did want something to go up here. It's a lot of wasted space, and I don't want to just put a humongous piece of art. I just feel like it's not, I want something functional. So what I'm trying to do is, my kitchen is extremely full on the counters. I have like a KitchenAid, a cake tray, basket with fruit, an air fryer, a coffee pot, a fruit bowl. I just have so much stuff, and it's all stuff that I use, but I just don't want it to be that full. So what I'm doing now, under this bench, we keep a lot of drinks. You can actually see it's like a mess. Look at that. It looks like crazy. It looks fine from up above, and when you're walking in, you don't really see anything. But I ordered from Amazon huge, they're like fabric they're actually, I think, for laundry. I ordered 3 or 4, I forget how many, to go underneath, and then I'll have like drinks in one. I can put some of my dog's like leashes or whatever in one, just to like free up some space. Things in the kitchen that I'm not really using at the moment. And then I want to put like pretty things up here and clear off all the counters. So I was very happy to get this. It was actually on the wall last time. I did ask her about it, but I was like, you know what? It was really high up on the wall, and I was like, I don't want to climb up on the wall wearing a dress and unscrew that. It was screwed into these. So it had these on either side. And it was hanging, which I don't think I really like that. These in itself are pretty cool, though. These look like very old, and they're like a heavy metal hook, but they're a little dark, I think. So, yeah. So I got that. To be honest, I'm actually tempted to paint this white so it blends with the wall a little bit more. I have a lot of wood here. I have the wood table, wood chairs, wood bench. So it might be too much wood all concentrated in one area because my kitchen is not, I've done things to make it match, but it's really much more modern. When we moved in the house, you could see a little bit of this backsplash, which is not the vibe for me normally. A black, here, look, I don't want to show you my whole kitchen, it's a mess, but I'll just show you like the shaker cabinets with the modern hardware, this kind of tile, and a black sparkly counter granite. So I wanted wood. I wanted to warm it up because this window here, when the light comes through and it's like this wood all looks very like warm and super nice. Super small kitchen. I have a video. I don't know if I ever posted this video actually of my sister and I creating this table. We didn't create the table. We took this huge table and we put one leaf from it on this side and made it flat, so the bench, so you can like pull it out and one more person can sit here, and it seats a lot of people in a tiny house, in a tiny kitchen. It's definitely, the bench is good for this space, but it's a small house, right? Like the bench fits perfect. It's really too big though for this space. My back door is right there, so and my refrigerator is right here, so when someone's coming through, you can't have a chair here. The only time you can have a chair here is when you close up the door and say, all right, we're going to sit down and eat. And then everybody can like, you know, the person who sits here is in charge of getting anyone a drink if there were anything from the fridge. But the table actually has like like 5 leaves. So it can be really big. And I wanted it, you know, like this is the thing with when you restore furniture, when you see a piece that you just can't get your mind off of, like this little stool, that's it. Like you want it, you're gonna make it work. This whole setup was truly like a labor of love, of getting the bench in this back door with the fridge here. I mean, you can see it's super challenging. It looks very crowded now with all the stuff here. I definitely need to get those, but this is how it usually would be. Like if someone's, you know, coming over, we just tuck these. Even these are way too big, but look, they are so comfortable. They rock back and forth. They're like it's like an easy chair at the kitchen, and we do absolutely sit here, play games, have dinners, and you know, it's a little like getting in and out. You get in and out, and then once you're sitting, you're good. So anyway, so yeah, I want to probably put this up here. I have to do it when my husband's at work because he doesn't like any change, unlike me. So anyway, that's a whole other thing. So let's see, what else did I get? I got these little houses. I actually saw this one. This looks just like my grandmother's house in Ireland. My grandmother passed away, but this is the house that she lived in forever. When we would go to Ireland to visit her, this is what it looked like. They're all music boxes. Let's see. They're made in England. So it says Swiss Musical Movement, English Country Garden. I think that's the song. Pauline Ralph is the designer. Handmade in England. So these were really nice. So then when you lift the lid, so cute. And I got 4 of them. Here's another one. So cute. So they have a thatched roof, very detailed. This one is super detailed. Look at that. Is this like a flower shop? What does this say? Let's see. Ye Old Tea Shop. So adorable. I love these. So I looked online. These are a known designer. They were between, depending on the size, anywhere from like $40 to $150 each, which, I mean, I paid like nothing each, so that was really a good purchase. And then I found this girl who is so 70s. This is from 1977. It's a, let's see if you can see. Maybe I should tip her over so you could really get a better look. Got a couple of chips. So basically what this is, look at her face. She's so cute. And she's like kneeling down. And she's on a little pedestal. She's attached to this little pedestal. And it says 1977. Someone wrote this, Austin Production Sculpture, which it also says here. 1977, Austin Productions. I had something else from Austin Productions. It was like a Beethoven bust. I think it's on my, not Beethoven, Socrates. It's on my piano. But look, she's got the floppy hat. She's just really like cool looking. She looks a little like a mushroom. But I looked this up. It's about $275 for this. It's a reproduction of a bronze statue that's like in a museum. So, and it's a good size. It's like you could see. How could you say? You can't even know. It's about 1.5 feet tall. So it's a nice, impactful piece. I'm going to just clean these up with some Rub and Buff because it's got like a metallic finish. It's supposed to look like either a bronze statue or pewter or something. So I have Rub and Buff, which if you're not familiar, Rub and Buff comes in these like metallic colors. You can repaint hardware or any metal and it dries looking just like the same. So I can mix a couple of colors or hopefully there's a color that's similar. So I got her. And then I got this, which I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was a pot rack. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can, hold on, let me move my stool. And then you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's so heavy. All the stuff I got is just super heavy. Put this over here. Let's see if you can see this. So it has these rings that hang down and they're like wiggly. And I was like, I don't know what this is. It's like a heavy metal. These two holes go together. I believe there should be like a pole going through because I see there's other holes here. A pole going through and then it goes to the ceiling. And you see it's like, I can hardly hold this with one hand, I'm not gonna lie. See that? So I didn't know what it was. I know obviously you hang something from it. I thought I could find a use for it. I'm thinking it could be, somebody could definitely use that as like a kitchen, you know, hang utensils and pots and pans from it. Definitely, it's strong enough to hold that for sure. So I thought that was cool. Okay, and then I got, as the last thing that I got these 2 stools. And I just pushed one up. If you look, it's like how a piano stool, you turn it and it gets shorter or taller. These are super heavy. They're steel. And I love the color and I love the wear on them. And I just love the shape of them. They're very mid-century. And look at them. They're so nice. I think they're filthy. Like, look at how much dust is on there. Rust and dust. But they're still, considering how much rust is on there, they're very smooth. But they've been through it a little, you can tell. But honestly, if they didn't have this, I wouldn't have wanted it. It would have looked like IKEA to me. It would have looked too new. So I got those 2. So let's see. I spent on all of this $150. And now let's just go through real quick and just say the value of each thing. So we'll go with the lowest. So I saw these for, I think I said 40 to 150 is what I saw them. It depends, I guess some are more collectible than others. So let's just go with the lowest. So if I said 40 for each, that would be 160. This girl I saw for $275, and I saw her also for more, but $275 was probably like the middle, amount, fair amount. I would probably sell it for less. But okay, so what did I just say? 80 plus 275. Oh God, I can't do math. So what are we at? 350s or something like that. 355. The two salt sellers. One of them was worth more than the other. I can't remember, but say I did each one for, this is low, but like 25. Okay, so now we're 355, 405. The shelf, this is like a handmade shelf. So, and also look at these hooks. Now, I know that you can buy hooks like this that look old, but these are really old. They're actually old. You could tell that they were handmade hooks. They're all different shapes. They look like they were hand hammered from nails. So this, I would sell this for, I would sell this for $150. So we're now at $555. Let's see. Oh, this stool. Okay, so the stool is worth about $350. So now we're at $1,300. Is that right? No, I'm so sorry. We're not at $1,300. We're at $900 with this, $900. And then these two are worth, these aren't that valuable. I'd say they're like, hi Lily, here she comes to see what's going on. They're worth about, if I had to sell them, I would say I could probably get like 60 each on Facebook and more on Etsy. So I'll say 50, so that's 100. So we're at about $1,000 for this, and I spent $150. And it was a nice, quick little thing. No muss, no fuss. This one, I'm telling you. I know it sounds so crazy, but it's funny because there were two other guys there. I told you one guy took it. The other guy was like, oh, what is that? He was so curious about it. He's like, oh, wait a minute. You can actually just attach that to the workbench? He couldn't believe it. So, I'm tempted to just start making these myself. Like, get a mold and do this myself. It's such a good functional item. A lot of people have workbenches that, in a small space, they have other tools. They have, like me, for example, I have in my garage a snowblower. I have all sorts of a lawnmower, other furniture. It's just packed. I have, we don't use it for a car, but some people, when you have a workbench, you just want to sort of like tuck it away in a corner and have it as functional as you can. So this is a great item. Yeah, so that's it. A really nice haul. If I do put this shelf up, you'll be seeing it because I seem to be doing all of my videos from this very spot. I love this girl. I think she's so cool. She's just so cool. She looks so 70s. Look at her face. I like how she's also like you can't tell what race she is. You can't tell like how old she is. She just looks really cool. I think she appeals to a lot of people. She's obviously young, but she's not, you don't know how young. So, yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching.